where we are currently doing the qualifiers, a 512-person double elimination best-of-3 throughout bracket to determine which 8 will get a spot in the Premier Division. Of course, we will be casting that this weekend and over the week, so be sure to tune in each and every day. But here we are in Game 2 of this best-of-3 between spawning in the top right-hand location. He decided to switch colors, so we're going to get that fixed. In the top right-hand location, we got the Red Zerg player, JakeBake, from Team Quantic Gaming. And shout out to Jordan Green from Twitter, who told me JakeBake played for Fornot before the merger. He most famously eliminated In Control from MLG Dallas 2012.
Oh, I remember that.
There you go.
I was there. I was looking over the shoulder of the plane. I knew I heard the name from somewhere.
There you go. Thank you
thank
for
you.
that info, Mr. Jordan Green. His opponent in the bottom left-hand location, the hero from England, currently residing in the United States, having been on top of the ladder for a very, very, very long time. He is the Blue Terran player, Demuslim, from Team Evil Geniuses. And that last game, it was just not knowing what his opponent was doing, and I feel like if he...
I feel it was a critical scouting error by Demuslim.
Yeah.
He should have had the watchtowers. He had neither watchtower. If he had either one of the watchtowers, he would have seen it coming. He could have easily defended that. Like,
Yep.
He had stim packs. He had like
Widow Mines.
He had like 5 Marauders, 4 Widow Mines. Like, he had the army to beat that. It was just not in the right position, and it was because he didn't have either watchtower.
Yeah.
Even just sending one of his Marines from his base to hold the watchtower would have been fine.
Control X. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, JakeBake just, he went for a strategy. He closed his eyes and just went for it once he had all those roaches. Because, you know, from there, you know, what more can you do, right? You get that number of roaches, and then you try to get that damage done. And essentially, it was a case where he had to kill the Muslim because of all the workers he lost back home, and that's essentially what he was able to do. So, again, nicely played there from JakeBake. But Demuslim, not out of it just yet. He must win 2 in a row here to advance to the next round of the winner's bracket. And if there's a player who's capable of doing that, it's this guy. Don't expect him to give up. Sending a Reaper into his opponent's main base. And a very similar build to last one.
This time, not only kills yet, JakeBake very fast on building all the buildings he needs to do to keep these drones alive. The other thing JakeBake's doing is he's getting faster zerging speed. The same game, but he's slightly faster than last game, I meant to say. And he pulled the guys off gas, so I feel this is looking to be almost a better start from JakeBake. He's dealing with the Reaper I mean, these are minor things, but he's... Oh, no! The drone!
Did one fall there? I think
Yep. It was almost dead because it was one of the ones that had been forced to construct a building to stay alive before. But this Reaper harass does have a timer on it because speed is about 3/4 without another drone going down and another drone.
Oh.
Demuslim, he's focusing the right drones out of the pack, and he's got a Corporal Reaper, man. A Corporal.
5 kills.
Yeah, the other Reaper has 2. So one of the Reapers is kind of hogging the kills. It's a little bit unfair. In fact, again, he gets that kill as well. What is this?
Gosh.
Okay, there we go. He shared those. They're both Corporals now.
6 and 5. Not too bad. Units lost.
No.
Should be interesting.
Yes. I mean, look at that. 0 to 392.
Wow.
And this is the power of Reapers. I mean, JakeBake really didn't make any significant mistakes here. It's not like he's been messing up. It's just Reapers are really good. And especially in the hands of a player like Demuslim, who is just fantastic at StarCraft 2.
Yeah. The question is, can he convert the success?
He should have. There's no bunker back here, but
not.
he does have 2 Hellions.
This SCV is going to die. Oh, 2 Hellions got to back up. Hold on, the Ling's getting inside the main base. Demuslim running away with those Hellions. He should be fine, though.
The Reapers and
it shouldn't be a gigantic deal. That SCV's dead.
There's 2 SCVs probably.
Build yourself into an evolution chamber. Can't do that. The Hellions.
SCVs can't do that.
Reapers stay in heroes. And
Yeah,
the Ling's
nice defense there.
He's going to back out.
JakeBake, of course, behind us. He's just been going back to droning. Standard Zerg theme. And he's getting his creep tumors down. And, of course, this game, the creep tumor is not going to get picked off because he has the speedies out there to keep those Reapers on a defensive. Demuslim, eBay in the wall. That could come back to haunt him potentially.
We saw that a little bit earlier today where the player put 2 engineering bays in his wall and the mutas came and tried to target it.
Yep, it can happen.
I
mean, normally you should be able to drive mutas off. It's more like a baning potential run by, maybe. Speed, I don't know. In this wall, it's pretty safe. If you put them in the walls to your 3rd base, that's where I start to question your sanity. But I actually like that. It's a little bit tougher, and He doesn't want all the depots, but he wants a wall right now because he's worried about an incoming attack. Here he's coming on the harass.
This is a similar composition he had from last game.
Exactly the same.
Coming forward, Queen is going to be a little bit vulnerable. The Reaper is going to be poking out in front, trying to take down that Queen. Here comes the Link, trying to get that surround, but just trying to threaten him away. Wants to keep that Queen alive. That's very important. Both Reapers still alive here from Demuslim. Still yet to lose a unit. Oh no, he lost an SCV. Dang it. Thought it could have been a perfect game potential.
Reapers are starting to regenerate. You know, one thing I think it's important to notice, Demuslim is not changing up his strategy. And that's important because if you lose a game, but you recognize that you lost it just because, you know, you're caught off guard, you missed seeing that attack, you don't want to change your strategy. The strategy was sound, right? There's nothing wrong with his approach to the game. It was just, unfortunately, missing that attack incoming really put him in an awkward position to defend it. So this game, he's just going to, you know, do the same thing as last game, but hopefully be a little bit more aware of where his opponent's army is.
Behind this, adding on that 5 barracks. That Queen in the wrong place at the wrong time.
But he doesn't want to overcommit up that ramp.
These 2 Reapers are still alive.
Yes.
Keep an eye on their progress throughout this game.
Yeah, one of them's still 5 kills. The other one's still. They haven't got any more kills yet, though.
Yeah,
the Hellions,
plenty of assists. So
yeah, a lot of assists.
Which is important.
They should tie Roach. Oh, Roach is gonna push those units back. Not quite able to get that hatchery kill, but I mean, it's not like the Muslims like, oh no, I can't do damage. I mean, it's construction madness over here. Barracks is going up. Reactors like insanity. Command center.
A lot of deja vu from last game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, almost the only difference. Well, the Muslim everything's the same. JakeBake playing very different from last game.
Yes.
I mean, similar opening, but then of course he didn't stop. He didn't cut drones. Right. He's been droning up like crazy. He didn't go for that little Roach attack and the Master Roach follow up. Instead, he's going to Roach Hydra composition, getting 1/1 upgrades, Roach speed, spelled a Hydraless then as well. All
right. And we have Stim about to finish here for Demuslim, you know, staying true with those upgrades, about to finish +1 armor.
Now these Reapers, if you thought they were scary when they had no upgrades.
Oh, now they have +1 weapons.
Yeah, and they're about to get +1 armor.
And the army's about to finish, so he should be starting 2-2 right away, right when that finishes.
Yeah, a little bit of a delay, like 20 seconds or so.
Hydra's in production here from JakeBake, adding on that speed upgrade.
So one of the cool things about there's a really common Terran composition. If you've been watching professional Heart of the Swarm, Bio with Medivacs and Widow Mines is kind of like what most Terrans have been going for, right? So that's really the standard thing. Now, it works really well, just straight up aggression against Mutiline, Speedling, Baning. A lot of direct fights against Roach Hydra. The Widow Mines aren't that insanely powerful against Roach Hydra in a straight-on conflict because the Hydralists can pick them off very well. But drop play becomes very good against an opponent who goes Roach Hydra. So it's really difficult for the player with Roach Hydra to defend drops. That's why we see JakeBake with a Spore in the back to defend drops there, and a Spore at the top of his third base as well. Very key spots to put the Spore cores. And the idea is that, yes, a Medivac can avoid a Spore, but then they have to go more in the middle section. If they're going more towards the middle, they're closer to your army. You can react a little bit faster and get to that location in a more timely fashion.
Demuslim incorporating a lot of Widow Mines to his composition as well.
And he's been changing.
Does he have Drilling Claws?
When he saw was Roach Hydra, no.
No Drilling Claws?
No, there's no Tech Lab on factory.
Okay.
When he saw there was Roach Hydraless, he's starting to produce Hellbats instead, which I find pretty cool. Because Hellbats are amazing at everything. It's weird, you wouldn't think they'd be good against Roaches or Hydras, but they actually are.
Yeah.
They're very good. I mean, not pure Hellbats isn't good against Roaches, but the amount of damage they can tank is insane. And actually, their damage per second is basically, it's like a Roach with area of effect. So it's very good at dealing damage as well. Although with their short range, they'll likely be the first ones to die. So they're really mostly for that tanking.
Yep, and that's a very important thing. Again, any second you can buy of your Marine shelling away at your opponent, it's going to be a good thing. JakeBake posturing outside the third base of his opponent. There's a scan from Muslim trying to find out what's going on. He's going up.
You cannot go up into that. Oh, he forced a stim.
Stim in hold position.
And there's only 2 Medivacs.
Nice control there from the Muslim.
Oh, no, there's 4. Okay.
And there's 2 more on the way, so we'll be up to 6 momentarily.
If there's only 2, that would have been really problematic to use a stim like that. JakeBake's going to retreat. JakeBake needs to get some Vipers in his composition, but he's still there. I'm a little bit worried for him. I'm not so sure how just pure Roach Hydra is going to really do against his Bio army. especially as Demuslim gets... Demuslim fights with 2-2 versus 1-1. If he hits a timing right now, this is going to be so bad for JakeBake. JakeBake's got to hold a great position, set up a concave defensively at the bottom of this ramp, so if Demuslim comes into it, he's coming into superior firing arc.
Widowmine's leading the charge, though.
Oh, if Demuslim actually can get an equal
If we can get
position.
those down, that'd be huge. All right, Demuslim coming down, stimming every single one of his units. No AoE stuff here from JakeBake. So doesn't have Fungals, doesn't have Blinding Cloud, just Roaches and Hydras. And the bio just melting away this army from JakeBake. Not even an issue. Demuslim powering through this Roach Hydra army that no longer exists. Overlord's extremely vulnerable. And what can JakeBake do to stop this offensive push here from Demuslim?
Yeah, you can't max out in Roach Hydra. This is what happens if you don't get those Vipers out in play.
Yeah.
Really, the 14-15 minute mark, you really want to be very close to getting those out because Marines are not going to lose to Roach Hydra once the Terran can max. And this is just a perfect example. The Muslim crushing through here.
Too much.
He's going to be forced back for now.
Yeah.
And that's
he's been making units behind us.
Exactly.
It's not like he's doing nothing back home.
The supplies look scary. The reason he had to back away, even though he was up by like 80 supply in that, is because the 80 supply is
all back home.
Yeah, it's all back home. And I mean, JakeBake's reset to 3 bases. He's
just now adding on that hive though.
Yeah, it's Demuslim's gonna just push right now.
Yeah.
The upgrades are equalized though. One of the key things in that battle is JakeBake didn't get 2-2 until the battle was mostly finished. And upgrades are huge when dealing with Marines. We're talking about them, it's big. Anything that does a low damage per hit like a Marine, the armor affects them relativistically much more than it would to a unit like a Siege Tank, where of course it can do a lot of damage no matter how much armor you have.
So Demuslim, I don't know what stops him from charging across the map. Pathogen Glands.
He's just playing safe.
Just now underway. Yeah.
Killing the creep timbers first, letting his medevacs recharge a bit because a lot of these medevacs were actually out of energy after that former battle. So is he going to be fancy? He's going to be cute.
There's no reason not. I mean, unless there's Hydras waiting.
Well, being fancy is the only way he could lose this game.
He's Demuslim. He's the Britishman.
Oh, this is going to look cool though. Watch this. Boom! Drop behind the lines. Parachuters, go get him. That was.
And the entire Zerg army should be melting away. There's the GG from JakeBake. Demuslim, they tie up the series 1-1.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
That was I mean, it was basically straight out macro win.
Yeah.
Demuslim's build, and not like JakeBake macroed mechanically poorly. It's just
unit composition that he was going for.
Yeah, Roach Hydra is great in the mid game, but once you get to max armies, you gotta have that support. Infestors, Vipers, you gotta have something to support it.
Yeah. All right, guys, you're watching Demuslim versus JakeBake in the WCS America Premier Division qualifier. Stay tuned, guys. Game 3 coming up.